Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Cook from the International Registry's Marshall Island Ship Registry. Glad to be here with you today.
Thank you, Kevin, and certainly your presence has been well appreciated. You delivered a very well received paper. What were the key points you were looking to communicate through your paper?
Yeah, I really wanted everyone to appreciate that the journey on improving air pollution has been a very successful one. It hasn't been very long since we introduced changes to improve the sulfur content, or I should say, reduce the sulfur content of any of the emissions coming from ships. And now IMO is moving to look at the greenhouse gas reduction, and it's been quite a journey. And it looks like there's a very clear roadmap ahead with the IMO, and I think that it's going to lead to the reductions that people are looking for.
You reference a clear roadmap from the IMO, but one of the talking points in open discussion was there are known knowns and there are unknown knowns. And I think one of the things people are looking for guidance on is how to meet future unknown regulations and anticipated future international and national regulations. What's your take on that?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Edwin. Thank you. The the challenge is how do you meet some of these regulations which are not yet fully fleshed out, and that is definitely a challenge. But I think that the value of the International Maritime Organization as the overall body which will be governing these changes is that it's a consensus organization. It's known for practicality, and that the rules that will emerge, will be something that can lead to the reductions that we need and can be met by ship owners. So the evidence that I would cite is the fact that and I use this in the presentation. There's usually a timeline associated, a phase-in period. There's an accommodation period, and that way people can make decisions and know what's ahead of them. So I would say that right now things are a little bit tighter because of the pressure to get going on the greenhouse gas reduction, but that I'm confident that there will be a timeline associated with this so that owners can make the decisions they need to lead to the significant improvements that everyone wants to get to by 2050.
Do you think it's reasonable to talk about accelerating efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions?
I think it's reasonable to discuss that, but I think that before any decision is made, which will cause a particular technology to be implemented or eliminate technologies perhaps that we're currently very comfortable with, I think there has to be a very carefully considered decision, because ship owners typically make investments expecting their ships to last 20 to 30 years. And we need shipping. The world needs shipping, and we can't make decisions which accelerate the changes to the point where the ship owner can't afford to operate his ships. Everyone would be a loser in that case.
And finally, Kevin, how did you find this year's conference?
Well, I think first I could say I really enjoyed the conference, but I think the reason that I enjoyed it was because of the quality of the speakers. And so that would be my first kind of impression. You really did attract some very high quality speakers. But then also, I was impressed with the level of engagement from the audience. So I think on both halves, the conference was a success. And I look forward to next year's conference, Edwin.